How do you know God is real? Wow. Um, where would I begin? There's so much that I could say, but I also realize that most of the people watching this are watching this from a background of maybe not having any connection with any place of worship or anything that has to do with the Bible. So explaining or sharing to such people like, well, there's this and this in the Bible that it's actually happened in real life and prophecies that have come to pass, it's like all over their head. Not that people like you who are watching are not smart. I mean, you're incredibly smart. People who are atheists, I believe, are incredibly intelligent because they have gone through and sorted through things to try to find out why they believe that there is no God. But I also believe people who have a strong faith in God are extremely intelligent people. You have to be in order to wrap your mind around the concept of God, and there's still things that you can't wrap your mind around. But I really, there's so much I could say to answer that question. There's so much. I do believe, though, that at its core, it's actually something very simple to share. People have coincidences they think are coincidence happening in life, and to me, with all my heart, I don't believe that there are just coincidences. I believe that God himself has things take place in such a perfect way that things are planned out before we were even born, before we even existed, the concept of us even came to be a thought. I believe that God has that all planned, and I see that. I've experienced that. I've experienced things where they're just too perfect and too amazing to try to explain in any other way. And I know for some people they'll say, well, yeah, I've heard that before. But it really is something that it's really how I can explain so much of who God is, because he is a God of wonders and mystery. And time again, I've seen that. I've had prayers that I've prayed that have been answered in ways too awesome that it's like, this didn't just happen. I've been asked by people who consider themselves people of faith that have said, well, do you believe in karma? Or they ask me, do you believe in karma? And I'm like, well, no, first of all, it's not related to my faith, that concept. What is related to my faith is that God, being one of righteousness and justice, will definitely take upon himself what is needed to be the vengeance for what was done that was wrong. So in other words, like, there's this verse in the Bible that says, or God says, vengeance is mine. And I really take that to heart. Every time someone harms me or hurts me, and like the human nature to be like, oh, I want to get them back somehow. That's human nature. And the spiritual nature, the mature nature in God's spirit, is to recognize that you don't have to do anything, that God himself will take that upon himself at the right time, what is to be done to the one who's hurt you. So to me, it's like, I don't see that as karma. I see that as God actually fighting on your behalf. And I've seen that happen in my life time and time again. I know people call it karma, but I do believe that God is living and alive and very personally in my life every day, all the time. We could go into the scientific expressions, the scientific terminology, the theology. We could go through all of that. But the essence of God is something so simple and yet so profound. And really, when I'm trying to describe to someone who, again, doesn't have that Bible background, doesn't have that place of worship background, I'm just like, look, these things happen. I can't explain them any other way. And you can say some can say that's foolish. You can say, well, that's just like an easy way. No, it's really not. It's not easy. You have to have a tremendous amount of faith. And yet it is. It's like, it's a circle. It's like easy and not at the same time. what's difficult is when things happen in my life and I need to trust God with those things, but I want so badly to take it upon myself. Kind of similarly to what I was sharing about, vengeance is God, belongs to God. Human nature, the nature of man, is to take things upon ourselves. And God, trusting Him, having faith in Him, is literally just that, giving Him everything, having the faith that He will take care of it. And the times that I have truly submitted those things that have been on my heart to Him, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because I will see, and I have seen those things get worked out, and I've seen miracles. I really have. So that's a short answer. There's so much to say, so much, but I love God. I love God so much, and His love is evident in my life every single day, and I love that about Him too. Like, He's so great, and yet He caters to the humble and to those who are willing to look at themselves truly as worthy, but only because He has put His image within us and upon us in His mercy. Bless you all. I love you all. Shalom, paz, salam. Peace out.